Then, since this earth affords no joy to me, but to command, to check, to o'erbear such as are of better persons than myself, I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown. And whiles I live, to account this world but hell, until my misshaped trunk that bears this head be round impaled with a glorious crown. And yet I know not how to get the crown, for many lives stand between me and home, and I, like one lost in a thorny wood that rends the thorns and is rent with the thorns, seeking a way and straying from the way, not knowing how to find the open air, but toiling desperately to find it out, torment myself to catch the English crown. And from that torment, I will free myself, or heal my way out with a bloody axe. Why, I can smile and murder whiles I smile, and cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face for all occasions. I'll drown more sailors than the mermaid shall. I'll slay more gazers than the basilisk. I'll play the orator as well as Nestor, deceive more slyly than Ulysses could, and like a Sinon, take another Troy. I can add colors to the chameleon, change shapes with Proteus for advantages, and set the murderous Machiavel to school. Can I do this and cannot get a crown? Tut, were it farther off, I'll pluck it down. Ye gods, it doth amaze me that a man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone. Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we, petty men, walk under his huge legs to peep about and find ourselves dishonorable graves. The fault, dear Brutus, lies not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he hath grown so great? What a life were this! How sweet, how lovely! Gives not the hawthorn bush a sweeter shade to shepherds looking on their silly sheep than doth a rich embroidered canopy to kings that fear their subjects' treachery? Oh, yes, it doth. 1,000-fold it doth. And to conclude, the shepherd's homely curds, his cold thin drink out of his leather bottle, his wonted sleep under a fresh tree's shade, all which secure and sweetly he enjoys, is far beyond a prince's delicates. His viand sparkling in a golden cup, his body couched in a curious bed, when care, mistrust, and treason waits on him. Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomi athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagoneer is a small gray-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm, pricked from the finger of a lazy man. Her wagon spokes are made of long spinner's legs, the covers of the wings of grasshoppers, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel, or old grub, time out of mind, the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love.
By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care I who doth feed upon my cost. It yearns me not if men my garments wear, such outward things dwell not in my desire. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. No, faith, my coz, wish not a man from England. I would not lose so great an honor as one man more methinks would share from me for the best hope I have. No, do not wish one more. Rather, proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host, that he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that lives this day will rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that lives this day and sees old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors. Then will he say, tomorrow is St. Crispin's day. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars. Old men forget, yea, all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. And this story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the end of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition, and gentlemen in England, now abed, will think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, while any speak that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day. The strong-based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped and let 'em forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book.